we are back! Maybe. Like I said, if this winds up being inappropriate for YouTube, you will never see this part. But this should be part 25 unless I have to, delete and discard this one. So, this is part 25 of the letter. So, let's get this party rolling. Of course I was drunk. Yeah, you're an alcoholic, buddy. So, let's see how...
Come on over and stop being a boring old man. Work can wait.
Will this make Luke die because he's fucking somebody that's possessed? Like, does fucking a possessed person count as an STD? Like, if you fuck somebody that is possessed by a ghost, do you get ghost STDs? Is that a thing? Are ghost STDs a thing? I should actually read these damn words. No, damn it! I was trying to go into the backlog. How far was this? Okay. Maybe I can entertain her for just a while. It's tempting. But no, I'll never get any work done this way. And imagine how horrible it would be to get a call from Suarez in the middle of the... Okay, so it basically still turned out to be the same. You know what was with... My night with Mint was just that, sex. She was a beautiful woman, I was extremely drunk, we were both consenting adults to some degree. I don't know, I don't feel comfortable with the idea of having sex with somebody that's drunk, because I just don't feel like they're able to be in their right mind. So, I just don't really care for that. I mean, unless you're, have it, something you've discussed ahead of time. She was a beautiful woman. I was extremely drunk, and we were both... Okay, I already read this. Seeing as Hannah has been busy with one of her many parties, I thought I'd take the opportunity to slip out. Okay, so we did not have a gratuitous scene. My lovely wife's still fast asleep, and I finally joined in her bed. As odd as she's been acting lately, her company's nice after spending long, grueling hours through the business documents. And then again, it's not like losing out that much if I have a break or two. In fact, all I do is say the word, and Van's General Electronic stocks are going down. It's the least I can do after Rochelle's outburst. I highly doubt she will be Roselle shall leave for long if Harvey isn't. Yeah, I think he should run for the fucking hills. Ellipses. Waking up to find my bed empty hours later is a strange sensation. Not to speak ill of Hannah, but I've always woken up first, even in the early years of our marriage, mostly because I've always been accustomed to doing so. As a child, I woke up early to escape the house before one of Mother's scheduled day clients. Later on, it was to assist with breakfast and prepare for school, and it just kept me through the years one reason or another. There's no reason to wake up at 6 in the morning. My mind would always find reason to. To work, to nurse, a terrible hangover, to make sure I was the one leaving the bed first just because, and not the other way around. Checking the time on my phone shows that already 8:30, but what can I do about it? Getting up is an entirely different problem on its own. Waking up after getting only a few hours of sleep in, my body has stiff and sore, and mind feeling lethargic. Part of me wants to go back and doze again, an alien feeling to me, but it's already far too late for my taste. All I can do is where there's a knock at the door.
Yes, come in. I'm decent. I don't see why you have to knock.
Even if it was only in my knickers, there's only 2 others inside the house for myself. I've arranged for the staff to have Sunday off. What with it so close to the holiday anyway, so I can have some peace and privacy. Not privacy. The security outside the house doesn't count, of course. There's no need for Hannah to knock, so I expect to see the butler and ready to approach me. To see that it is Hannah is odd. Not a cause for concern, most likely she too found it strange to see me still sleeping and had let me indulge. Yet there is something off. I just can't put my finger on it, what it is. Whatever it is, it can wait. Besides, when there is strange things, It is better to wait them out and often see what become more apparent with time. Not that I should complain when she greets me with a sunny smile on her face and a tray of food.
Good morning, dear. It looks like I overslept, huh? I haven't had that pleasure in a long while.
You should really indulge in it a bit more, my prince. I hope you do not mind, but I made breakfast for you.
So what counts as rich people breakfast? Oh, that's odd. I'd imagine even if I was super rich, I would still want to cook myself food. Then again, I don't know. Maybe I'm just weird. Though I can hardly find it in me to question her efforts, unless she was trying to poison me. Perish the thought. I don't know, that might be a rich people problem. I'm not the one eating this, and I feel immeasurably disappointed. But she carries with her a platter of pies, delicious looking round pockets of goodness. What is that? What is it? Did you just cut a muffin in half? What is this? What even
You made these? You're not pulling my leg, are you? These look great.
Okay, gotcha.
I make only the best for you, my love. Do try it out yourself, yes? I want to see what you make of it. Perhaps I will be able to prepare more meals for you in the future.
Okay.
Breakfast in bed? You spoil me, darling. Well, I can't say no to that, can I? Bon appetit.
The crust of the pie easily breaks with a bite, and I'm greeted with the taste of nice, buttery pastry. I know America's got the whole thing of apple pie, American apple pie. What does Britain have, over in England, or say any of the other areas, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, heck, Germany, Spain, France, Italy? What's your guys' equivalent of that? What's considered your traditional sort of. Then again, at this point, being 2021, I think all countries and all people in the world, except maybe third world nations, we kind of have access to everyone's cuisine. I mean, if I wanted to, I could probably go to a Chinese buffet. So, I don't know. Though I kind of feel bad that usually if anybody tries to think of what's American cuisine, most people are just going to think cheeseburgers and pizza. What the fuck? So, okay, so it's like a shepherd's pie, not a toaster strudel type thing. Is that a fucking bone? Is that a fucking bone? You is that a bone in our beef pot pie? Also, you didn't kill anybody this time around. Zach didn't die. Unless you're feeding him Rose. Are we eating Rose? She's dead at this point. Are we eating Rose? Turkey more than beef. Though an old one at that. There's no real sauce or marinade to excuse the juice. It tastes like turkey that has been kept too long in the fridge after being roasted and carved. Definitely white meat at the very least. And well done as well. The dude who got burned alive. Thing is tough, though. Stringy and sinewy, which would say it's more muscle than anything. You're feeding him people. You're feeding Luke people. And
Ugh, what is...
I sputtered to try to spit out whatever it might be. A few fine strands of something, thankfully, although if I've swallowed any, it's far too late. I was act like a cat trying to cough up a fur ball. It's just unfortunate the odd sensation of it being stuck in my throat still lingers. Even as I down the glass of juice she has brought with the meal. If she made that for you to eat, what the hell is she giving you to drink?
Buttercup, are you sure the ingredients you used are clean?
Oh, I do apologize. That must be... Chef has been feeding some stray cats lately.
What?
There are some roaming around the property. I saw him petting one just the other day during his break. Said he found it in the cellar.
Are you feeding him a cat?
But you have nothing to worry about, my love. I took care of it.
What?
Maybe the other pies are clean.
I don't quite have the appetite for breakfast anymore. But thanks. Bloody cats.
If that is what you wish, all the same, it will give me more time to spend with you. You will spend time with me, yes?
It's not just the fact that she's possessed by a ghost, but something about the tone and intonation of that way she asked that.
You will spend time with me, yes? You will spend time with me, yes? You will spend time with me, yes?
Particularly how she emphasized the word will. But like the cadence for the phrasing here is very, very off. Almost like it's a half-step rest in a musical note, like in a phrasing. Like right before the tempo picks up and you have a really heavy percussion segment. Right before, it really hits the fan. But most of all, the way the word will.
You will spend time with me, yes?
Just the way, the whole phrase. But mostly that word will, but the rest of it's unsettling too.
You will spend time with me, yes?
That's just like... I don't know, it's almost like the intent of the phrase is that it's saying, if you say no, I will hurt you. Am I looking too much into that, or do you guys feel the same way? So, I did tell myself that I would let myself have the day off today. But she doesn't know that. And I can't help but feel that offness again, and her eyes burn. Also, does she look a little jaundiced now that she's possessed? Does being possessed make your liver not function as well? An unnatural reaction. I can do little else but nod, because answering otherwise seems the wrong thing to do. Yeah, I get the impression that
she... please you to have some tea then? I can fetch it if you wish.
Again. And when she asked about the tea, it almost sounded like it came off as impatience. Like it's kind of like the intonation that you'd get from somebody that is being impatient with someone that they are frustrated with. Okay.
No need for that. We can have tea in the parlor, if you don't mind. Really now, Hana, there's no need to busy yourself over it.
I shall go ahead and prepare the parlor then.
What is a parlor?
Just relax.
I think it's like a living room. Because like I said, my house, it's basically just... I have a living room, a kitchen, and that's my downstairs. And my upstairs consists of 2 bedrooms and a bathroom.
Hana, what is up with that woman?
Huh. Perhaps I should have feigned business or claimed a restlessness that would let me out of the house, away from her and her pies. Because as soon as I've stated my intent to laze the day away, that woman would neither let me lift a finger nor step a foot outside. She is animated, oddly so, moving about the parlor, so it's like a living room, fetching things that she deemed necessary, and were necessary, as if she knows what I need or what I want before I can even voice it out loud. A pillow for my feet and a book to read through, though I cannot, for the life of me, focus on it. It does not bother me too much, as I've read the Picture of Dorian Gray twice over. That's not a very long story, though. Like, it'd have to be a pretty thin book. I knew nothing but shadows, and I thought them to be real. I should be glad for the attention and the doting, really. Instead, an uneasiness settles. Like, I'll say this, as a man, like, if I was in public and a woman came up to me and started flirting with me, on the one hand, I'd be extremely flattered and happy, and I'd probably, feel very confused emotionally, but mainly super happy and nervous. But at the same time, my immediate thought is this a trick? Are there people somewhere laughing at me? It's like, or is this person trying to, like, get me somewhere to, like, steal my kidneys? So, but main point is, especially in a relationship, men like to be doted over, get attention, and to be very affectionate and the person be nice to them. But in this situation, it's like I said, if the person's like showing things that are just like sort of uncomfortable, then it's kind of like if you ever get on a date and then the person on your date starts becoming way too emotional, way too fast. It's like on the one hand, yes, even if you're a lonely person who is really desperate, like from the guy's perspective, like even as being a guy myself who is, well, very lonely and desperate for attention, if someone immediately gives it so strong, so fast, it kind of gives concerns that something's wrong. And it's more so just safety issues, like, is this, like, where is this gonna go? But it's just, it's on the one hand you want someone to show you a lot of attention, but, there's a certain speed and pace to it. And same way, certain ways you phrase things, and I know sometimes the way I talk is kind of weird, but, I'm never threatening or impatient with people when it comes to that sort of stuff. So, to get that in that situation would certainly feel uneasy. I mean, you're basically getting something good done for you, but for some reason, this guy's, rightly getting his fight or flight sense. The adrenaline's kicking in. Like saying, hey, something's dangerous happening. And you need to do something or you're going to die. And he's confused because he's like, why am I reacting? Why am I feeling this? Then again, I think they call that a gut instinct. Sometimes you can feel that when you go into a convenience store and just certain people around you, like the way you've seen some people talking to each other or the way they're doing things or certain body language or just the way their eyes are looking at things or the way they're talking to each other or hearing people raise their voice. You're like, you're not fully aware of it, but your subconscious is yelling, hey, there is a possibility of danger here that you are not seeing, and we need to get out of here before it's too late. So have you guys ever had gut instinct things like that?
Why don't you just sit down and relax, dear? We are supposed to be spending time together. I don't think you rushing around like a handmaid is how I pictured it. You are wearing yourself out, and the sun is still high in the sky.
There's a stiff jerk of her head as if to say no while she busies herself with making the tea with water already lukewarm. My instruction to take leave may be the only one she refuses to follow. Even if I express concern for her well-being and point out that there are others assigned to the tasks she wishes to
You
carry
do
out.
not need the others. You have me. I wish to show my usefulness, and I wish that you not ask me to leave.
You are not one of the servants, Hana.
It was a thought that escapes my mouth, and I prepare myself for a reprimanding. Because servants, Lucille and Michelle write, these are our employees. I assume that's something that Hannah would correct him with. Because normally he would accidentally say servants, and she... Primarily Luke's full name is Lucille? Or is that... Mitchell, right? Are employees, and you will treat them with respect at the very least. Yeah, that didn't come.
Of course, I'm not a servant. I am your wife.
Is the ghost getting confused? Is the ghost confused? Okay. The ghost is losing track of who it is. The ghost is having Alzheimer's. I can understand a person being possessed having brain fog, but the ghost possessing the person has brain fog. What? What? Does the ghost...
Princess.
Okay. I mean, she has been calling you Prince 50 fucking times. An hour. One could suppose that Hannah is indeed Luxborn royalty after all.
Princess. Oh, no, Hana. You are my queen. And a queen needs to sit next to her king. So please, sit.
I can still feel them little bugs on my skin, crawling and squirming. But I ignore them as Hannah sits down next to me and I put my hand in hers. The touch nearly makes me want to pull away. For now I feel them burrowing into my skin, digging holes into me, though there is nothing to be seen there. I clasp her hand, though her touch burns both cold and hot? How? I do not like the thought that Hannah, my sunshine, my darling, is someone I should fear. No, that's not what anyone should feel. It's a bit of a paradox, where I do not should feel in peace and quiet at the moment, and dread overtakes every part of me. I can actually sympathize with you there, buddy. A small voice in the back of my head screams that there is something wrong, but I cannot bring myself to look further, except I have more concrete reasons. The whole thing doesn't even last.
The tea is ready. I should go. I've forgotten the milk and sugar in the kitchens. If you may excuse me.
Okay. I don't know what either of these does. That being said, holy shit, this is the first time Luke's had a choice. Yeah, I don't think we've had a choice ever for Luke. Ever. I'll save over this. Okay. So we have multiple endings this way. I don't say a word as her hand slips through mine, and I'm left alone for a short while. My skin is numb while she is gone, and my mind wanders. My eyes roam to one of the paintings in the room. Lady and Lord Ermengarde, I suppose. Or is it their daughter and her fiancé? I had agreed to the acquisition of this house on a whim, on a thought. It is just added bonus that I share some likeness to the young lord. I'm not so vain that I have thought to look in the mirror and find that it's one of the old portraits. But can one blame me if I preen? With the chatty servants pointing out how I can very well pass off of him the hairstylist and costume. Certainly a great big ego boost, though only a crazy random happenstance. No, you're related. To imagine that it is my face on the oil canvas, having a commission befitting royalty. To believe that it is my face on those walls, and to believe that I've always belonged here. To believe that I've never been a street rat. The stinging and the buzzing returns, as does Hannah. There is something really wrong. But what? Watching Hannah set the table gives me some time to think. Is there a way for Luke to die? Luke hasn't had a single quick-time event. I suppose it could just be paranoia. I've been informed of a particularly nosy investigator snooping about, and Suarez has yet to catch who leaked confidential information regarding my business. It can be any number of things, really. I have so many things to do after this impromptu day off. But as I was saying, or thinking rather, I do not want to believe this is Hannah. She is acting differently, but that's a thing humans do. We are not static creatures who act on day to day in the same manner as the previous one. I care greatly about her, and knock on wood, I have hope that this odd behavior of hers is not an omen of things to come. At worst, this is merely behavior of hers that only failed to notice before. I do blame the party in that horrid Rochelle. To prove her usefulness, she said, so that I do not send her away. It disturbs me greatly now that I watch her closely, while she pours me a drink but does not bother to have one for herself.
It's not that I'm criticizing your sudden initiative to be a housewife. That is your choice, of course. I admit I may be partly at fault. I've been neglectful and haven't shown my appreciation to you as of late, but you do know that you really don't have to do any of this.
I can see her hand shake as she offers me the cup. Did I strike a nerve? Whatever the case, I reach out to take the tea before she can drop it. I don't know, I kind of would be concerned about the whole poison thing if someone said that you got her pregnant. You know, like, oh, I'm pregnant with your child. Like, you know, I'd imagine some people would be a bit angry. So, she's having a fever?
Oh no, please don't be angry. I'm so sorry, my prince.
I just feel confused now. I don't understand what we're talking. Why? Okay, you spilled the tea, but why would somebody be angry at you? What, would you expect someone to yell at you for dropping a drink? What? That doesn't make sense! Okay, she needs NyQuil. She's got a fever.
Hannah,
like that.
Don't! I think you should rest. Just sit back and...
The thing about people fainting is that you don't really get forewarning. It's not like in the films where everyone slows down and you get to watch as the other person's eyes roll in the back of their head. It's much faster than that. I suppose someone can still be quick enough to catch the other as they collapse, but as it is, I can't do anything when Hannah falls to her side. The feeling of bugs on my skin is replaced by something much worse. I assume it's worry and dread. This is all too familiar. What, did this happen to your mom? Remember, that hasn't left me even after all these years. I think you did say your mom got sick and you liked daffodils because of it. She was sprawled on the ground, her hair like... I think your mom was into drugs from what you said, so... Pale skin made her look so ghostly. I had the irrational thought that she would simply fade away. And the shakes. Oh, I was so worried that she would start shaking again like the last time. I could do little but stare, so shocked and afraid. I was ready to call for an ambulance, though she loathed the thought of going to a hospital.
Mom, are you alright?
Don't worry, dear. I just fell. Can you get Mommy special candy from my drawer?
Special candy. If this isn't my mother, there is no special candy, because this isn't supposed to happen. She's never done this. What is this special candy?
Hana, are you alright?
Hey, there was just genuine concern in your voice there, Luke. The cuffs dug in my leg and my pants, ignored in favor of Hana. At least you're wearing pants. She's warm, too warm, even as I try to shake her awake. A part of me says that it's a good thing. Better for her to be warm, to know that her body still courses. Blood still courses. And her body courses through blood. It's like, King Koopa down on the fall. I cry to be let go, scratching, kicking, and doing everything but biting, the one who dares hold me back. The images of Mother dead in her bed flash before my eyes. I need to do something, anything. Well, I mean, you're rich! Take her to the damn hospital! I don't want to be alone. No one wants to be alone, but it's better to be alone than to be with somebody that's...
Don't you fucking leave me! Oh God, wake up, Hana!
Your blithering hysterics help no one, right? Now stay back before I knock you out.
I think it's the first time I've seen a picture of him crying. Shrokin was a doctor. What hasn't this man done? I'm pretty sure he's gonna take off mask. I'm Solid Snake! I'm like, son of a bitch!
Fix her, Shrokin. Make sure she's alright. Because if she dies, so do you.
The stiff nod he gives me is probably the only guarantee I have that he'll do his best. Keeping yourself from dying is the best incentive anyone can get. I can see why everyone fucking hates you! Even then, I can't bring myself to rest easy. Deep breaths. Just take deep breaths. Panicking and murder isn't going to help Anna right now. Well, pancakes and sausage sound delicious.
How is she? What's wrong with her?
I really can't tell, not without further laboratory tests. It can range from anything to simple dehydration or exhaustion to philosophical syncope. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
What was that last one?
High-grade fever. It could very well shut down her body. We have to go and cool her down, see if we can get it under control.
Well, should we call for an ambulance?
If she doesn't wake up soon, yes. But it's best not to move her just yet, and...
Luke, what's going on? What happened?
I have no plans of apologizing as I shove the butler aside to check on Hannah. Though she still lay on the ground, all that matters is that she's awake, and that she isn't dead. Alright, I kind of want to see what the... We are pretty negative with Hannah here. Just the thought of it, fuck, I don't know what I would have done if things were to the contrary.
Hey there, Sunshine. How are you feeling? Do you think you're up to standing?
I don't feel too good, no. But I think I can stand.
She reaches out for my hand and I quickly take it. Her cold and clammy skin is cause for concern. I force a reassuring smile on my face. At least I hope it's reassuring. That isn't exactly an emotion I'm used to plastering on my face. I rarely have need or want to reassure anyone else. The most I can hope for is that I don't make her worry.
Come on then, let's get you up. Careful, careful. We don't want you to fall or break something.
Like a leg or your head. Though getting her up to her feet is easier said than done, she claims that she can manage to stand, but she's completely dead weight as I lift her up. Weak. Too weak. I can feel the trembling of her body, as if just existing had exhausted her. Soon enough, Stroken aids me, and we manage to let Hannah onto a chair without further incident. I have half the mind to wrench free and run. This is all too familiar. I wanted no part in this. But do I even have the choice? At the moment, I suppose yes. I'm not running away, that's preposterous. I just need to get some air.
Shrouken, take her up to our room and take care of her, all right? Schedule an immediate appointment to a physician. Get it done. As soon as possible. I just need to...
Breathe. I need to breathe. Gray skies loom over the horizon, although the sun fights for every precious minute it gets to stay. It'll rain again soon, and the wind bringing along that gloomy clouds, normal to Luxembourg. Until then, it doesn't hurt to be out here for fresh air and sunshine. I walk to the gardens, what little of it there is at the moment, anyway, and kneel by the daffodils. Well, this time we don't have to open a box full of eyeballs.
I called her secretary about taking the day off. He hasn't heard from her over the weekend.
Ever consider she might be putting her paycheck to good use? Probably somewhere out there getting drunk, having a shag. Ugh, and I envy her for it. As long as she's here for work, what and who she does in her free time is...
Well, maybe she's found another client to sleep on. Better if that's the case. It's a good way to make connections and get business. I would be a hypocrite and a liar if I said I didn't get some of my business that way. How many people have you fucked behind your wife's back? Here's the thing. How can you say that you love your wife if you are fucking other people?
That's all well and good, but she's not answering. Mr. Parker will be filling him.
Okay, interesting as all this is, why bring this to my attention? If we've lost an interior designer, just find someone else to take her place.
If I knew that letting Hannah hire her would bring so much trouble, I would have stopped just the sex. The biggest reason is that, hey, guess what? You know, last place you saw him was the party of your house. Okay. Okay. Babysitting Kylie and the stress of finding an intruder in my own home. And from where I stand at the top of the stairs, I can easily make up the form to recognize them even. I don't know what that word means, but I'm assuming bad.
Well, well, what have we here?
That's right, my love. Make them beg.
Let's see. A photographer, a high school teacher, a real estate agent, an interior designer walk into a mansion. And what's your excuse? Oh, we'll do.
Sir, please.
Oh, please, what?
Becca's right. We need to get out.
Don't worry. Can't say. But really,
Hey, now you two, I'm sure we can all talk about this first.
This is the second time this week.
Hey, it's the first time that we have Zach in this picture.
What's going? Help me! Oh my God! Stay!
No, stay.
This is.
Now listen, we have.
Of course, you still do. You haven't changed, I see.
She's lying!
You see, my love. Still just like you never come. Understand what you is.
As soon as my eyes adjust to the darkness of the room, reaching my knife, holding out, watching, waiting for everything. Using it as a way to put distance.
You! This is all you! If I'm dying!
Hey, now, Mr. Wright. I know the situation ain't good, but we have to calm down. We're all in the same boat here.
You shut your mouth! If it weren't for you, or this letter, Hana would
Don't you dare, Luke.
What the hell you say? Striking other getting rid.
You know because Rebecca, all of you. Stop with her. We still. Ow!
Hey, hands fuck off, Feather.
Luke, will you?
Your friend. What do you?
I'm
Down, get.
Ow! We should. No, You don't. There were two. Then none of that. I should. And even if.
Is that what?
Yes, none of you.
And yet,
I have to. This card. We wouldn't. Sir, there's.
It's been quiet this entire time. The sound of him talking, however whispered it is, still manages to catch us all off guard. We all pause, turning to him, likely the same question in our eyes.
what?
Oh, I just thought. I mean, it's a straight thought.
The picture is about Hannah being
Take my word
possessed.
for it.
No, it might be something. What about this place, Zach?
Yeah? Were you gonna show him the pictures?
I was just thinking, maybe Ash is right for why he went here. This is where Bella found that thing, right? And then this.
It was just a hunch, Zach. We were not getting anywhere. But just because we went here doesn't mean we will find all the answers we need here. Hell, now we're stuck here.
Okay. And it's the first time everyone's been alive. Her head snaps up and reaches for Steele's arm to give it a squeeze. A reassurance or a confirmation? The meaning is lost to Daisy, who glancing at them baffled.
Belle, what are you... Becca, it's this place. Think about it.
What? You mean, like, burn this place down?
I still think we should get rid of this letter before we start thinking of destroying a place with some historical value.
What? No? We are not burning a multi-million-pound mansion, you peasants! I just spent a fortune on
Burn,
this!
motherfucker!
Fucking hell!
Burn!
Not only do I have trespassers on my property, but they're also arsonists!
What? I should have just stabbed all of them and made a run for it. Burn the letter.
Give me.
Okay. With help from family and friends, Zach Steele is soon able to open a photography studio of his own. Cool. Something he has only dreamed of as having a child. Although he still hopes to get back to making indie films someday, client work and small projects has kept him busy mostly. Hectic as it may be, he can only be glad for the amount of work pouring in. It has made moving on from the incident at Emerald Mansion easier, if not faster. While there are still nightmares, with the support from his family, his doctor, and his own drive, the dark images have turned into pleasant dreams. He's aware he won't ever truly forget, but he's no longer running away. At times, he's not busy at or hard day's work. He thinks of another story for the big screen to be told that. An idea he may soon turn into reality once his time affords it. Doing it not for herself, but for the sake of the history of the future generations, never forget. No matter how disturbing her experience with the curse may have been, she remains the warrior she has always been. Even if what she has seen, she continues to fight over people she cares about, sometimes much to their frustration or embarrassment. But if there is one thing that she has shifted, it's her relationship with the people in their group, particularly with Zachary Steele. In fact, on numerous occasions, she has been spotted dropping by his studio, bringing the man food on the days when he's swamped with work. They also seem to have grown more comfortable around each other than before. Maybe it's born out of their shared experience, or maybe they see each other as simply changed naturally due to the years they have known each other. Regardless of why, to change the man welcomes and appreciates. In turn, he strives to return her kind gestures whenever he can. For all the horrors they've seen, who would have thought that something good would come of it? More than a year later, once everything in their respective lives have settled down, Zachary Steele and Isabel Santos finally hold their first exhibit together. A project that has been making for almost 2 years, after the photographer casually brought it up to the other artists. While merely intended as a small event, it is surprising attended by several members of Luxembourg's upper class and art enthusiasts. Although one of the few pieces that has been meant for sale, the show has brought prominence to Zachary and Isabel's names in the city's art scene. It has since been followed by several other exhibits by the two, both in and out of the city. Currently, they are planning to hold their first show overseas, yet even with this unexpected, overwhelming fame, friendship between the two has remained strong. Theirs, after all, is a bond that goes beyond mere partners in a small project. He's her family as much as she is. On his days off, Ashton is usually seen loitering around Zach Steele's studio. Easier to help him out on one of his pet projects, or exasperating the other man on purpose. Either or, it's mostly the latter. At certain times, he'll volunteer to model for one of Zach's projects, in spite of the photographer's reassurances that it's not needed. Regardless, Ashton insists before planning how meticulous the whole process is hours later, to Zach's utter amusement. Though sometimes they may get into small, trivial arguments, things have stayed cordial between the two. If anything, the ordeal they have gone through has merely strengthened a friendship the detective didn't expect to find in anyone. Between the lingering trauma and their mostly attempts at normalcy, it takes a few months for Ash and Frey and Isabel to return how they used to be, or several weeks of trying to find themselves amidst the horror of its images, unwanted dreams in their head. But once the uneasiness fades, there's only their usual banner and rapport to fall back on, casual talk and the friendly jibes. And for the both of them, it's easy, like breathing, like coming home after another journey, a comfort in spite of things that they have gone through. Their days may still be filled with petty arguments and the light teasing, but in the aftermath, when all is said and done, something constant has already been forged between them. A quiet, steadfast thing they can both hold on to as they both carry on. Through thick and thin, achievement unlocked. They never talk of what happened inside the Emerald Mansion or of the curse. Not in friendly conversation, not in casual manner. It is the memory better left alone, never to be disturbed. But on days it comes back to them, when the memories are particularly vivid, it is in each other they find solace, in Rebecca's constant reassurances, in Zach's gentle encouragements, in Ashton's earnest attempts at a quip, in Isabel's warm smiles, a slight squeeze on their shoulders, a tight grip in their hands until the unease finally subsides. The curse may have taken a lot from them, but this, the friendship, is one that remains, endures. Let's see if this made any difference. Probably not, but hey. So what's the point in burning down the mansion? Okay, this time I guess we'll kill Ash.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time.
Shot through the heart, and you're to blame. Okay, let's see what happens if I do it this way. Okay, so it doesn't affect anything. Have I really been so aloof that Hannah questions where she stands? That she thinks that acting subservient is the only way to have my attention? My affection? This is wrong.
Hannah, just... Johans would get the tea things, just...
Sit. Stay? No. Hannah isn't some dog I have to leash and command.
Just be with me, even for a little while. We rarely have time nowadays, don't we? We're always so busy.
Isn't the point of being rich that you don't have to go to work or do stuff? You could just pursue your interests? Like, hey, you don't have to spend all your time doing a job you dislike. You can just go spend time with loved ones. Read. Play a video game. Do a let's play. Watch a let's play. Watch a movie. Have time with your romantic partner. If you don't have one, go find a romantic partner. Learn to play guitar. Learn martial arts. Learn to draw. Sleep. She looks conflicted, though the reason eludes me. In the end, she chooses to stay. They summon for milk and sugar to be brought to set out. All the while, Hannah remains restless. She doesn't utter a peep as Shrokin brings in forth brunch, as Amir not hinted that we have to have breakfast. The tea things are set in place along with sandwiches and all sorts of finger foods. But it's when the other man draws near her, intent on serving tea, that Hannah's calm starts to wither. She's on her feet, hands on to take her teapot from, a look on her face of disgust and annoyance. I've seen that expression before many times in the mirror, but never on her. It doesn't suit her, much like the way she speaks
You
now.
are not needed here. You can leave. Now.
Add a little more bass to it.
Oh, of course, madam. If you may excuse me, sir, I'll...
Shrokin, stay. Just let him do his job, Buttercup. That's what he's here for.
No, he is not supposed to be here. None of them are.
What?
This home is for you and I. Others are not welcome. I want them gone.
Okay.
They do not belong here. They are not like you and I.
It says something when you can reach a level of... What word would you people in the comments use to describe this? But when you can use a level of this, that even Luke is like, wow, we're not treating people well enough. Wow, I'm a dick. Hannah had always been kind where I was not, and I loved her so much because of it. Yet now there is no warmth in her voice, and the way she talks is too cutting and harsh. The way she holds herself is unsure, stiff and awkward as if she's filled in shoes too small. This isn't Hannah. The thought itself is an impossibility. It's not like someone can be easily replaced by an imposter. I would know. Yeah, ghost possession. So why is she so
What's
wrong?
going on, Hannah? What brought about this childish temper tantrum of yours? You know well enough that what you ask is ridiculous.
What caused her warmth to grow cold?
I don't know what brought this on.
Probably you
No,
fucking
it's on
them.
the wrong
All
side
the
of
other
bed,
people in the
or
world.
If Johans or any of the other maids ripped your favorite dress or something. But I am not going to get rid of our staff just because you're acting like a child in a sulk.
And wasn't that something? Often enough, I'm the one compared to a little brat, and not the other way around. But it didn't amuse me enough to distract me from the situation. Grasping at Hannah's shaky hand before she actually does have a temper tantrum, I have to stop myself from flinching. Her skin is hot to the touch, and a feeling of bugs in my skin bothered before.
You still do not understand, do you, my love? Not yet, but you will. You will.
Okay, I do have to say a few things. Particularly in the frame before this, her smile was wider, almost like the ghost, and I'm just saying that 3 frames ago, her eyes weren't like this. It's almost like a predator looking at, like, ooh, look at the bunny rabbit. Oh. We don't get to see a picture of that. Yeah, that is kind of bad. No, it doesn't. Yes! Yeah.
Mom, please.
Okay. Does that affect the story in any way, taking that path? Also, I'm wondering if somehow if Hannah was more positive with Luke, maybe Luke would fuck her. Because, I mean, there's some achievement says getting Hannah's pie. And I'm like, Could you imagine if the music was still playing, just really sped up right now? Yep, we have no Ash this time.
Understand where your view is it so?
Why do I get What do you What?
You know, there also has to be an ending where Marianne is.
Oh no! What?
This.
Wait. What?
Okay, I assume there'll be a couple things different. I assume there has to be a different thing if Marianne and is better with Isabel. Even with his success, he still hasn't forgotten the time what he has lost during that time. But while there are still nightmares, with support from his family and doctor, he's aware he won't ever truly forget, but he's no longer running away. Okay.
Okay. I can't let you do that, Belle. Rebecca, I'm...
I think that's the whole point of that, was just
I'm glad, I'm happy you feel that way, but I can't, I can't. There's already someone that I'm in love with. Someone...
It's alright. I already knew. Kind of.
Yeah, but I should...
Don't beat yourself up over this. I'm the one who should apologize. I just thought... And now one question though. Are you going to tell her?
Tell what to who? Oh, shit.
Did you It was...
Fuck, who else knows?
I think you're embarrassed. Don't worry.
Harsh, Rebecca.
I'm serious, though. And if you ever make...
Noted, ma'am.
Anyway, just promise...
So, I think I'm gonna start playing the game Prototype. Came out in 2009, so I haven't played the game in 12 years. So it's a pretty good game. I was thinking it was on the Xbox 360, but I haven't played it in 12 years. And I think best way to describe it is
If Zach didn't slip up, no one would have known where you went.
it's like if Assassin's Creed, Batara fused with Silent Hill.
I told Zach to give me 4 hours.
It would have been too late.
Sorry about this. I really don't have time.
I feel like Zach's gonna be around like, how's it feel, Ash? To be the one dying over and over. So, I feel like I should have brought something to eat. But yeah, I will say this. Silent Hill. Some interesting games. Though, not really sure like if you could make a mod for Silent Hill, what you would really change. Because I kind of feel there's nothing about Silent Hill that I would really change. I think it was already an amazing game as it was. Now, the Assassin's Creed games, I think it'd be kind of interesting to tweak certain things like give Ezio a shotgun, or have a jetpack, or be able to have everything in the game moving at 10 times speed. Could you imagine playing a normal Assassin's Creed game, but everything's at 10 times speed? Or whatever this speed is, like 100? Okay, that'd be a little too much for the human eye to keep up with anymore. Okay, so we're not really seeing anything new anymore. It's a little faster. Okay. Letter. Anything different this time? No? Well, let's try going the path where Ash doesn't die. Though I'm pretty sure it's going to be nothing different. Other than us just sitting here. So, that being said, out of the Assassin's Creed games, I'd say the three best in the entire Assassin's Creed series are Assassin's Creed Rogue, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Assassin's Creed 2. So, I'd say number one, absolute best Assassin's Creed game ever made was Assassin's Creed Rogue. Number two would have to be Black Flag. Number three would have to be Ezio. Now, number four I'd have to say would be Unity. Number five would have to be the original Assassin's Creed. Number six would probably be Syndicate. Number seven onward have to be most of the rest. Though I'll say this, I can't put Valhalla in there because I haven't really played Valhalla, so I can't really give an honest opinion if Valhalla should be at the top of the list or not. I haven't played it. Okay, so this is taking a minute. Oh. I Anything different? I feel like I'm listening to a damn metronome. Although not seen as frequently with his friends recently due to work, with Ash and Frey finds the time to sometimes help out Rebecca in her research, mostly just to help her bring research materials. Despite Rebecca's old feelings for the man, they remain good friends to this day. She never brings it up again after the night of the confession. Once is enough. While she still cares for Ash as a dear friend, it's clear that she's already moved on from her childhood crush, finally accepting as part of her life that she has already gone by, much like everything that has changed between them. And with this acceptance comes a more selfless person, who generally cares for her friends beyond any selfish things she used to cling to. Looking back at it now, she recognizes how it played out is certainly for the better, not only for others, but for herself. Okay. So, I think there's supposed to be, like, some way to have, like, Luke be better off of Hannah at some point, and I still gotta bless the house. But, and of course, I gotta at some point save, Hannah. And of course, at some point I gotta make everyone angry at Zack and Zack angry at everyone, because so far we've only seen the happy ending for that. So at some point, everyone's got to be a jerk to everyone. Everyone's going to be nice to everyone. So, I don't know. That being said, next time, we're going to start the game over from the start. We'll still be able to skip a lot of stuff early on. But, we're going to kill the main character off. Which means the whole rest of the story is going to take a huge change. Which means we got a lot more reading to do. And we won't just be able to sit back quietly and watch it moving at Mach speed. Hyperspeed, warp speed, ludicrous speed. But anyway, hope everyone out there had a good day. Bye.